book of Genesis in the Bible states that God created the world and humanity in 6 days. Despite this, no mention of God is made in any of the Buddhist scriptures. So, does God exist? Or does Buddhism completely deny the notion of God? In this video, we'll look at the Buddhist perspective on the Creator and obtain a better grasp of its worldview. When the Buddha was alive, he kept mute when his pupils raised metaphysical questions, not to avoid them, but because he taught that such inquiries do not assist in the road to freedom from suffering, which is the basic objective of Buddhism. As a result, we do not have a direct explanation from the Buddha. Instead, Buddhist teachings explain the world's existence and functioning using 3 principles. Dependent origination. All things arise from causes and conditions. The 3 Dharma Seals. Reality is shaped by suffering, impermanence, and non-self. And karma, the force that determines human rebirth. Consider the cloud. It is constantly present in some form, whether we notice it or not. A cloud forms when factors such as water, temperature, and wind all align. Over time, it evolves into rain, which flows into rivers, seas, and even the tea you drink. A series of events and circumstances. If any of the conditions are not met, the cloud does not emerge, yet it does not disappear. It merely takes on another shape, such as droplets or rivers. We too are like this, always existing in some state and appearing as humans when the necessary conditions are met. God played no involvement in the creation of everything. So, where does God fit in the Buddhist worldview? Join us as we explore a new perspective. Dependent origination. Dependent origination is the fundamental concept that explains the existence of all things. Nothing in Buddhism starts or ends on its own. Every phenomenon is a metamorphosis of interdependent causes and circumstances, often known as the dependent origination web. Nhat Hanh, a respected Zen teacher, established the notion of interbeing to help elucidate this. He stated, "When you look at a piece of paper, you see a cloud within it. Without clouds, there is no rain. Without rain, trees cannot grow. And without trees, how could this paper be in your hand? The paper is here because the cloud is present. Without the cloud, there would be no paper. The cloud and the paper rely on one another to exist. This is interbeing. If you look closely, you can see the sunshine shining through the paper. Forests cannot flourish without sunshine. Nothing lives without sunlight. So the paper includes sunshine. The paper and the sun depend on one another. If you look closely, you may see the lumberjack who felled the tree and transported it to the mill to be pulped. Everything on this piece of paper is interdependent. All things exist within one another. If we return the sunshine to the sun, would the paper still exist? Nothing could exist unless sunshine was present. Likewise, if we returned the lumberjack to his parents, the paper would not be here. Thus, this paper is composed of non-paper things such as our awareness, the lumberjack, and sunshine. It is not made out of nothing. Though thin, this paper contains the entire universe. This example demonstrates a deeply linked universe that was not created by a single creator. Understanding dependent origination reveals the underlying essence of all things. 3 Dharma Seals. The 3 Dharma Seals, suffering, impermanence, and non-self, define and explain all things in the world. Suffering is a wonderful reality. In his first discourse, the Buddha taught that suffering is constant. Everyone goes through bodily pain, birth, age, disease, death, and mental pain, separation from loved ones, encounters with the hated, unmet goals. Suffering is caused by us, not by others. We can only put a stop to it ourselves. Impermanence. Everything changes with time. A cloud turns into rain, which then turns into a river. Humans are born and die. Nothing remains unchanged. Non-self. Everything lacks a stable, autonomous self. They emerge from the network of dependent origination and disappear when a condition is not present. You now and tomorrow are neither the same nor completely different. The three Dharma Seals demonstrate that reality is impermanent and interconnected, with no supreme creator. Karma and rebirth. According to dependent origination and the three Dharma Seals, humans emerge from the convergence of causes and circumstances and cease to exist when one is lacking. Another important Buddhist notion is karma. Every speech, deed, and thought generates karma, which is the cause of reincarnation into the 6 realms of samsara. The realms are hell, punishment for serious crimes such as murder. The hungry ghost's world is characterized by greed and selfishness. Animals rely on instinct for survival due to ignorance. Asuras represent strife caused by rage and envy. Humans represent a balanced realm that allows for practice and escape from samsara. Devas, heavenly beings, are ephemeral, yet provide happiness via good acts. Karma alone propels us into one of the 6 worlds. Kind thoughts and behaviors may lead to the Deva world, while detrimental ones draw us down. The Buddhist worldview further divides beings into 13 categories: hell, hungry ghosts, animals, asuras, and humans. Heavenly realms, such as the desire realm, enjoying pleasures, form realm, more refined, and formless realm, and finally, enlightened states, Shravakas, Pratyeka Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Pachaka Buddhas, and Buddhas. The Buddhist texts make no mention of God or a creator. However, this does not imply that Buddhism denies God's existence. Buddhists may see God as a being in the desire region, notably Tusita heaven, a region of partial awakening, who uses compassion to guide mankind toward righteousness. Tusita is where all bodhisattvas live before descending to the human realm to become Buddhas, guiding and instructing sentient beings. The future Buddha, Maitreya, is now residing in Tusita, awaiting the opportunity to assume human form. Gautama Buddha too lived there before his worldly existence. Thus, in the Buddhist worldview, the creator of all things and humans is not a single entity, but rather a collection of circumstances, causes, and karma. With such awareness, God would have wisdom and insight beyond human comprehension. Over millennia, his teachings were passed down verbally and in scripture. However, maybe mankind were unable to properly comprehend their meaning, instead transforming God into a creator who creates everything. Conclusion. So we have seen, dependent origination describes the universe as interbeing. The 3 Dharma Seals form reality as suffering, impermanence, and non-self, and karma propels rebirth throughout the 6 realms. Buddhism has no unique creator since everything follows natural rules. Humans, an important aspect of this worldview, always have the ability to determine their own fate. This point of view may feel both alien and personal. Learn to gaze carefully at everything. You'll discover wonders. Looking into your teacup, you'll see the cloud, the rain, and yourself. What are your thoughts? Please share your opinions and join the discussion. Thank you for joining us. If you found this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe to help us. See you at the next one.